A changing world for physical therapy and telehealth is the focus of our conversation today. Spring 2020, this is a time that each and every one of us will remember for the rest of our lives. This is a period of not only self-isolating and sheltering in place, but also a period of widening our circle of connection for the health and safety of all. For those who are injured, at home, and in pain, how can physical therapists provide service to the community that is in need of their care? How can physical therapists reach those unable to leave their homes, parents of young children, elderly, those in rural communities who may be lacking access to services? These are individuals who may not otherwise be able to receive care. Our conversation today is intended for any of you out there, for patients as well as for healthcare providers interested in learning about telehealth. A changing world for physical therapy and telehealth is what I have invited our guests here today to discuss. First of all, what is telehealth? It is a virtual medium using a smartphone or a computer for meeting with a therapist and receiving care. It is personalized and it is private. I am excited to introduce our guests today. They both have many years of rich experience in the field of physical therapy. Donna Germont is a physical therapist with a master's of manual therapy. She is a published author, educator, and researcher, and president and co-owner of New Heights Physical Therapy in Portland, Oregon, and Vancouver, Washington. Welcome, Donna.
Hi, everyone.
Julie Shappy has a doctorate of philosophy and exercise physiology and a master's of physical therapy. She is a published author, lecturer, and researcher, and has been a professor at many universities, and currently is adjunct professor at St. Ambrose University at Davenport, Iowa.
So with this COVID-19, since people had stay-at-home orders, how were we able to continue to help our patients? And so we had to learn very quickly, the PTs at my clinic, how to use telehealth, which is an audio-visual, just like what we're doing right now, to help the care of our continuation of our patients that we were currently seeing in the clinic. So it is basically from home to home or clinic to home, a video to help them continue on their progress with physical therapy.
My experience with telehealth and how I got interested in it actually had nothing to do with COVID, and is something that grew out of the need for rural communities to have services when people can't get in a car and drive an hour one way to get to a therapy clinic. They just don't go. So you have to have alternatives. And so my point in being on this call is that telehealth is not new. Telehealth is old. Telehealth is now being approved to be paid for by third-party payers. That's what's new, and that's what COVID-19 did to telehealth. So my interest came in the portion of answering people's questions. I'm in a military family. We move all the time, but all of my family and friends still feel free to use telehealth and call me or text me or email me about questions that they have about their own body and their own health and their own pain. And I wasn't billing them for it because they're my family and friends, but I was providing a service. So that's where my interest in this came. And then the other piece that I'll make sure to get to in more detail is tools that we use in a clinic to measure progress with patients. As a physical therapist, we use things like goniometers and tape measures and different equipment. And so we kind of, as a profession, like to have those numbers for ourselves, to know that what we're doing is working, to provide to the insurance companies to say, see, this is why we should be paid for what we do. And then for patients to see that they're making progress, because numbers matter, back in elementary school, when you took a test, you wanted to know the grade you got on the test. So I think we have to be creative in the equipment we're going to use to measure progress. And I think that where we are right now is just beginning, and we are going to make a huge impact on healthcare and how it's provided, not just today during COVID, but after COVID, post-COVID. Where is this going to go? So I could go on, but I'm going to wait to be prompted with the next question. So that's kind of where I am in bringing information to this.
What I love is that I'm basically like a new baby to this telehealth. And at first, I didn't actually think I was like, telehealth, there's absolutely, I was scared at first. I was like, am I going to be able to get enough information if I don't put my hands on them, or I'm not talking to them right in front of them? And some of my special tests and some of my palpation skills, what kind of, am I going to get enough information to actually help them? And lo and behold, absolutely, I was able to, with just subjectively, and all the tools that you're talking about as a new baby, even just getting the pain provocation, was it more of a compression pain or more of a stretch pain? And what was the position? And what was that grade of pain? And then how, just by using just pain going down, or I don't have pain when I take my arm into this external rotation anymore, was giving enough information to know how to continue to progress. So it's great to hear that you have a lot of more experience with it, because I do feel like we all have to collaborate to advance the telehealth.